Okay, so I know I just posted an update pretty recently, but I want to do another quick one real quick. If you didn't see, I did post. I made a post on this channel talking about the fighter and ally cards for the TCG, and how I'm making a small adjustment to them. I'm going to show you guys an example of what I'm doing. So as you can see right here, we're going to use Alice for an example. This is how the cards, when I launched the TCG, this is how they looked. You had, the name, the life, the combat power, the species class, the attributes or the stats, and the effects. And I'm like, yeah, I like how it looks, but, in hindsight, I didn't really think ahead of time. And it's really dumb because I modeled these basically, not entirely, but just like, pretty inspired by Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you want to look, you can see that Yu-Gi-Oh cards have a lot of room for card effect text, and then like the attack and stuff is just kind of down there at the bottom. And I'm like, nah, it'll be fine. I'll just do it like this. See, it looks kind of cool, but in reality, no. It just makes it really difficult for me to like cram the text effects in there. And it looks fine on screen like this. You can read everything perfectly fine. But when it's 2.5 by 3.5 or whatever have you, when it's this big, it's much harder to read the text. So I decided, yeah, I'm gonna just get a jump on it. And I would have fixed these sooner, but I lost all the XCF files for the TCG. And if you don't know, the XCF is basically, or is it XCF file? I always call it an XCF file, but it's just the GIMP file. It's what I use. Basically, it is the raw edit file that has all my layers. I use GIMP Shop to make all my stuff. I know, whatever. But it's free. Oh, this is I lost a file that had every single layer, but this is how the cards look now. As you can see, like the name, all this stuff is the same, the art's the same, but the text body down here is different. It's in a horizontal plane instead of a vertical plane. So you have the species and class up top here, which are their distinguishing details. Then you have the text effects here, and this allows them to be spread out the length of that box, or the width of that box rather, so I can actually cram a little bit more text in there and size it a bit more appropriately. I think before the text body was like a size 14, and now it's a size 20, generally on average for the text. And then, so you have your passive and then the ability. And then down here, you have their stats on that bottom little grid. It's not perfect. And the only thing I don't like much about it is, and why this was originally an idea that I was going to do, was something like this. But I thought, nah, having like this color, those blocks right there, it makes it kind of look like a Monopoly card, which I didn't like a whole lot. But looking at it now, it's growing on me. Ultimately, I want to keep it as simple as possible and as easily readable as possible. I will have to make a new video going over the how to read these cards, because this is, again, this is what they look like when they're printed out, not when they're printed out, but when they're like exported. And the allies are the same, except they're copying this the life text color right here, that blue, that teal or cyan, more cyan rather, is saying that this looks like a Monopoly card. But either way, I think it will have a lot better readability in my opinion. Although, what is that line right there? That line shouldn't be there. Looks like it's just on that one card. Something weird. I'll fix that. But yeah, so I'm working on that, and as you can see, I got all the fighters done in here, and also the effects for the characters aren't changed. I did make some of their text a little bit more readable in the way that it is presented. So like I might have like reworded some stuff, and I think I only altered the actual effect text of one or two cards a little bit. I did change Alice's Ascend card right here. One of the effects was you gain life at the end of each turn, which is kind of pointless because she only stays on the field for 5 turns, so the life doesn't really matter. So I changed that to be while your strength is higher than your opponent's defense, deal plus 10 to every attack, just so you do a little bit more damage while you while you have her out. I also abbreviated STR and DEF and all that stuff from fully spelling out strength to defense to match what they are in the actual box down here, so it's easily referenced. But yeah, I got all these done, and I just need to get the ally cards, and then those will be set, and then I'll just, reintegrate those into the actual card game itself. I'll just make those all available. So if you do have the previous versions of them, they're still totally playable. Nothing's changed about them, but I made them a bit more readable. The other thing I wanted to get into real quick is I posted a video about the merch store, and I'm still working on it, of course, but I do believe I got an email saying that my store is technically live. Let me actually check. I just got home from my parents' house for a my brother's graduation and Father's Day. So let me actually go to the address and we can look at it together to see if it's actually live. Hey, all right, it looks like it's live. Let's go ahead and look at this. So this is the shop right now. It's nothing too crazy. It's not that crowded. It's not. I just put like a random an old photo I took for a background right there. It's Lincoln's Legion. The URL is redbubble.com/people. Move me /people/Lincoln's Legion/shop. It'll be obviously just a quick link you can click wherever. But yeah, so let's look at the shop real quick. Products. This is just like a featured collection right here. But if you want to go into collections, you have the Vengeance series. You have AH Lincoln and Lincoln covers. Now these are all pretty bare bones, but let's jump into it. You have Vengeance series. Everything is organized under that specific piece of art, and then you can click into it and see more options. So like just because you see, let's say for example, this shirt right here, that's not the only thing that's available for that design. You click into it, and then you can go through also available on and see what other designs you can get for, or what other products you can get with that design, more by this artist. And there should be like, it's like, oh yeah, view this design on 29 plus products. You can see it's available on everything. I kind of like that, how you have the they get split down the middle from the zip up. You have like art prints, you have postcards, notebook, stickers, greeting cards, just everything like that. And I try to make these items available on whatever product you want. I try to make them available on pretty much whatever they can be, but it also depends on the size of the item, on how it will actually look on some of these things. Newest piece of artwork, the Phoebe and Christine right here. There's a shirt available for that, which I think is kind of cute. It's a nice little shirt. It's also available on, but I like this. I would wear. I would personally wear that. I wanted to get more of these two-tone shirts. I like them. But then you can also, oh, these are not mine. That's a booty. More designs going here. This is on plus 40 products. You got like a mouse pad right here. You got art prints. You got an artboard print, which is cool. You can get it on a water. Oh, that's a sticker. Never mind. Say it's not. I don't remember putting it on a water bottle. It's a sticker. It's got like a weird little embossed edge to it. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's just because of the sticker itself. That's weird. I also haven't vetted and looked at every single. I made all the products, but I haven't looked at every single thing to see how every single thing would look on every item. I've gotten to see just the previews. It's got like a weird outline right there. I don't know what that's about. I wonder if that's something with the file that I submitted. I can look at that. I can fix that if that's an issue on my end. But either way, I'm going through and I'm going to be. This is the first time I'm actually seeing the shop. So by the time this video goes up, I will have gone through and made sure a lot of this stuff was as cleaned up as I possibly could, that my files were as clean as possible. But yeah, that is the Vengeance collection. And then you can go in, designed by, sold by Lincoln's Legion, click back on me, and you have other. Right now I just have, I think, yeah, Tomorrow to Lose, which is my poetry collaboration book. That one sticker is there right now. You also have the AH Lincoln collection, which is mostly like photography, other art that I've done, some emotes from streams, airsoft stuff in there, the logo sticker, some emotes like the "you what" sticker. And all this stuff's going to have a bunch of products being added to it as it goes. You have the Linkin covers, which is basically just some screenshots from some videos I've done or pictures I've taken, whatever, with the corn font and then covers right there. I'll be adding more of those as I go. Most of them will be on stickers, but I'll probably have some like t-shirts or something too if they're decent enough. But yeah, that's pretty much the start of the store collection. If anything looks interesting, I've kept the prices low. Basically how Redbubble works is they have their minimum price that they sell for, and then you add a markup percentage. Everything defaults to 20% markup to give you your profit or whatever have you, but I'm keeping my markup price between 5 and 10%, so there's still a little bit of profit to be made, but it keeps everything, you know, more as affordable as possible, because I don't want anyone to look at a shirt and go, I don't want to spend $18 on a shirt. Like, I don't know why that actually has that weird like white outline. I don't know what that is. It's strange. It might be something with my file. I'll look at it. But like I said, anything like that, I'm going to look at these all right now and make sure that everything like that is not like that when you guys see it. So, but yeah, if go ahead and check out the store. It'll be linked down below, and pick something up if it catches your eye. That'd be cool. And as far as the TCG goes, um, I'm getting those. I'm getting a couple done a day as I have time. They're not that much of a pain, but I have to transcribe every card's effect from scratch every time, and then I'm bad at spell check with this because it doesn't highlight when things are spelt wrong in the art program. So I have to like vet every single letter as I go to make sure because I'm so bad at leaving spelling mistakes places. But I'll get those done probably by the end of the week. I'll have them all done and swapped out with her actual files. And again, if you have the cards of the previous design, they're still totally playable. They're the same thing. It's just I'm just trying to future-proof the design a little bit to make it so I can fit text in the body and make it more readable, more legible in the future. Especially when it comes to printing holographic versions of cards, I can show you. When I was doing some test prints for holographic versions of cards, the first versions of them came out like utter doo-doo butter. Utter doo-doo butter. Like, which one was it? Oh, I think I have them in a different sleeve. But some of these cards right here, if you look, like the sheen looks nice, but the sheen also makes it really hard to read out that text because it's not focusing properly. But the text is already small enough as it is, and then the sheen makes it impossible. You're not going to be playing with holographic cards either way. But just for collection purposes and for overall readability, I want to future-proof that. So when I do make holographic cards, again, the feature has like special or promo or random inserts or whatever have you, then it'll have the best chance to be readable. So, and then lastly, I want to just briefly mention that I am, not closing in, I still have a few chapters left, but I'm still working diligently. I took yesterday and today off from writing. I haven't been able to write in the morning, but I was making up for that by writing at night, and I kind of liked writing at night. It was nice, although I found it harder to convince myself to actually sit down and write because you still it's just a different mentality from at the end of the night versus the beginning of the day when it comes to sitting down and dedicating an hour to writing. It's a different the day feels like it's the percentage of how much of the day is left feels so different because it is. It just so it made it hard for me to mentally switch, but when I was able to sit down, I was writing very well, I think, considering. So I think I'm going to alternate between writing in the morning. If I'm not feeling it in the morning, then I'll make a concerted effort to write at night. And I found it a lot more comfortable just like laying down in my bed with my laptop and writing as opposed to sitting at my desk. Because when I sit at my desk, if you guys can see, when I'm sitting at my desk and I'm writing like this, my elbows rested on this corner of the desk and I'm writing, and this is how I'm usually sitting. And it is very uncomfortable because like my wrists are on the edge of the table. There's nothing right here to hold my arm weight. So my arms are like hovering the whole time. My muscles are engaged the whole time. This elbow, I've bony ass elbows. So it's just sitting on this right here and that starts to hurt. I'm just like, well, I'm sorry, this is me. I'm a chicken pecker. I peck like a chicken how I type. I use my thumb for the spacebar, but like as I'm typing, I get very sore and I'm hunched over weird and I'm not perfectly centered with the desk, so it's just like it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable writing at my desk. So I was laying down in my bed and writing, and that was way more comfortable. So I'm gonna get into the habit of doing that instead, because if I'm not comfortable, I can't fucking focus. Closing in on the final chapters. So yeah, that's just an overall quick update for you guys. Check out the store. Check out the TCG if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys as soon as I can. Bye.